Overall, man, I think. Well, nah, I think I know Al. He a good dude, and I think he in a good position right now. 8 years strong. Uh, he gonna make it to 10 years for a fact. He gonna make it to 10 years without even shutting down. Uh, do I think he'll make it to 20? I think he will. Will this be for certain? Who knows? Because you never know what may happen. 10 years still a long way from now. But I know the next 2 years he gonna be running pretty sharp. But two, like he still got his uphill battle to climb too, because at some point you probably gonna want to scale. Like I said, he ain't getting no younger. Like, do you wanna still be there all day? Because you gotta think about this too. He got a family. What happens when the kids start getting older and the little, because he got two grown kids and then he got two young kids. Two grown kids, they grown. He ain't really got to worry about them. But what happens when they have kids and he become a grandfather? And what happens if the two young kids that he got and they say, one day the daughter or the son look at dad and I be like, hey, like, can you stay home with me? And then it really started he getting his feelings, because some dad getting their feelings when their kids start asking them to stay at home, or stuff like that could play a part into how long a business can stay active. Or he may turn it over to a wife and just tell the wife, hey, you can go run this because I'm old. I go kick my feet up, at home. Yeah, the roles may reverse. So he do got his uphill battles to climb too as well. And I just want to dive into these statistics real quick, like the difference between Japan restaurants versus American restaurants, right? So these the numbers within his warehouse. I did a lot of comparison with his business anyway, the good and bad. But this is stuff he gonna be working with, you know, even if he do decide to take a bid into America or what could have been. These are just numbers we're gonna be working with in general. So we're finna get to it. So like if he would have took it in America, right? So the restaurant industry in America is valued at in 2020. Again, it takes so often for the statistics to update, but this is as of 2020, right? So according to the National Restaurant Association, right, the restaurant industry is valued at $659 billion. $659 billion, right? And there were approximately, they do got their competition too, because it was like a million restaurants approximately in the United States. And this is just various types, right? You got the full service restaurants, the quick service restaurants, and then the fast food chains. Full service restaurants like what Al got. Then you got the quick service ones like, like catering, food trucks and stuff like that, fast food chains, McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, right? Then the employment is a major thing in the United States, right? So for the restaurant industry alone, it is 10% of the United States workforce. Even though 10% don't look large in the grand scheme of things, as far as the other 90%, but 10% of U.S. workforce equals out to 15.6 million employees. So he will have a lot of uh, not customers, but a lot of workers to choose from. 15.6 million is a lot of, people that you can hire, right? So, and again, it's a lot of different opportunity and a variety, in America, right? Because you got your fine dining, your casual dining restaurant. The fine dining is more so like the upscale restaurants where you gotta wear, the nice, the best dress and stuff like that. It's more formal. Then you got your casual restaurants, your fast casual, your quick service restaurants, and then your food trucks, right? So here's another interesting one too as well. Like the average, and this is all in 2020. Again, these statistics gonna update probably again in the next like probably by 2025. If not, they probably already updated. But this is just the latest, right? So this was according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, right? The average household, the average American household per year spends $3,365 on food away from their house, right? So let's put this in perspective. They spend 3,365. Let's say okay, let's go to this. Al, he has 10,000 followers, right? This is just, a guesstimate, right? So if he have 10,000 followers on all his platforms, and he gains 1,000, followers every year all the way, because his business been intact for 8 years now. So if he gained, let's just say 1,000 followers, right? You finna do the math real quick. So it's 1,000 people times 3365.00. So his earning potential, right? Not net. He not gonna take this home net, because you gotta pay employees, you gotta pay to restock food, you gotta pay the bills and taxes and stuff like that. So I would say this is like the revenue. The revenue in his business, the revenue potential of his business could be $3.3 million. Actually, $3,365,000. That's the earning potential. But let's take it a step farther. Let's say 1,000 people, only 10%, right, support his business. What's 10% of 1,000? 100. And let's say they spend 3,365 a year. So he still comes out on the low end of six figures, $336,500, right? So that's the average of how much he could be making. 300,000 to $3 million, right? So this another thing that came to my mind too. The reason why I say like our business like is smart. Yes, he could have probably expanded and opened up another building and stuff like that. But sometimes y'all gotta think about this too. Just because a restaurant or a business they have 3, 4, 5 buildings and stuff like that, that they doing real good. Now sometimes they could actually, that's just the look of it, it's the aesthetics of it. Sometimes they could be making more money, but they still come out as breaking even, if that makes sense, because they got to pay more employees and all the bills and stuff like that, and they got more problems. Al got one location, and he only got one problem to deal with, which is that one building, and he probably may make the same as all of them, if not close to the ones that may be having 4, 5 different buildings. And again, to the people who got 4, 5 different buildings, some people may argue this too, because they be like, I make a lot of money out there. I ain't saying that too, but I'm just telling y'all it's situational with all this. So I just want y'all to put that in perspective. He got him 1 billion in his cash cow for him. So now that's what he working with in the states. Now we're finna talk about Japan, right? As of 2020, right? The industry, the restaurant industry, has generated 26.6 trillion Japanese yen. So basically, what that means, if y'all want to translate over to dollar, is 240 billion US dollars. So that's kind of like they missing like 19. Hold on. Yeah, it's 19. I think, yeah, 19 billion. Yeah, 19 billion less uh working in Japan. So they're not going 19 billion. He not obviously not going to get all that. But the piece of the pie that he could get from is going to be a little bit lower. So now the restaurants in Japan is not a million, but they have 780,000 restaurants in Japan, and this is from the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries, Japan, right? So, and then the employment rate is 6% in Japan of the total workforce, which is 3.7 million people they hire from. So instead of 15 million, he took like now he's in Japan. He took a 12 million people lost in employment. So his pool is going. Hey, 3 million is still a big pool, but it's way lesser than 15 million, right? So, and then they was talking about the portion of the income that people spend dining out. They spend 2,800 yen per day on average. Now, what that means is they spend $25 per day. So we finna just do that over a month and then multiply that times the year. So let's say $25 times 31 days in a month. So they spend $775 a month eating out. And again, everybody don't eat out 30 days straight, but we finna just do a rough guess. And then times 12, so they come out to spend $9,300 eating out a year. So that means out of his household, I ain't finna go too deep in that math. They spend, up to $9,300. That's way bigger than 3,000. So people gonna spend a lot more money eating out overseas than what they do in the states, and that's according to the uh hold on Ministry of Internal Affairs Communications Japan. Now another thing they mentioned too in these statistics, right? They food delivery services is 1.5 trillion yen, which is 13.5 billion. So that's taking off in Japan. So the annual growth rate for that is 10% per year. So Al doesn't do food delivery. He may do it in the future. We don't know. But that's something he could, be missing out. And those who got restaurants and stuff like that, the delivery system out there. I do see a lot of restaurant owners in Japan had a delivery system, and it works. A lot of people be ordering off the delivery system, so he missing out on a piece of that $13.5 billion bag. Yeah. Uh-huh. Salute. Hey, look, check this out. It's your guy, M.E. Drip. We back at it again. Here we go again. Here we go again. We at another restaurant here in Thailand. We finna try something different. I'm finna take y'all for a quick spin before I dine in and eat. So basically, we're here at one of the most famous pasta restaurants, aka the Pasta Factory. So it's an upscale restaurant. Um, Once upon a time, it was attached to a hotel, and the business owner basically was like, "Hey, I'm tired. I want to change." So he decided to open up a new spot. Then he hit me up. He was like, "Drip, I got a new spot for you to try. Come check out this spot." So I was like, "All right, cool, bet, bet, bet." So I was like, "I'm finna pull up. I'm gonna push up." So now this is my chance. I pulled up and I'm finna push up on him. We finna try some of this good grub. I may have a guest or two with me. So um, as always, I want y'all to watch this tour. Tap in, lock in, tune in, and we finna get to it. Yeah. Uh-huh. So y'all know I gotta check the bathroom, right? Learn some of that from you real estate gurus. Check the bathroom and stuff like that, because they tell you the cleanliness of the entire place. So what I will tell you, that even though this bathroom do look a little bit old, it smells good. I don't smell no piss. They made it looks fairly, other than the old look, it's clean. So now I can eat here. So there's two things you can tell how good a restaurant is: the bathroom and the kitchen. Kitchen will tell you a lot because it tell you the system. Bathroom will tell you how clean it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't told you. Put you up on some game. All right, back to it. All right, y'all. So y'all saw the food. I took pictures of it. I ain't show y'all a picture of the finished plate. But one thing I can say, I recommend y'all stop by this place. I stamped this place. I know a lot of other places, I said it tastes alright, but I do recommend it. This food is pretty good. I'm highly impressed by Thailand pasta. I'll be coming back a second time. And meantime, I want y'all to say hey to the staff. Hey, they'll get you right. So again, I I ain't gonna have no long episode. I'm gonna keep it short. But till then, till next time, tap in, lock in, tune in. Salute. Yeah. Uh huh.